It's howdy doody time. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. We are on for Tuesday morning. I'm not sure why this feels like a Friday. Totally feels like a Friday, even though it is Tuesday. Maybe I want it to be a Friday. Maybe like I'm hoping this is a Friday. It's not, but maybe that's what's going on. Is I'm thinking this is Friday. So good morning. Good morning. I want to say hey to everybody. It is Tuesday morning. Again, I was just saying it feels like a Friday, even though it's not a Friday, but it feels like it's Friday. But it's not. It's not Friday. Hmm. Maybe I want it. I want it to be Friday. It's just not yet. It's only Tuesday. So you can't move things faster and further. You got to stick with where you are. We deal with where we are in the moment. We're trying to live in the moment, right? Good morning, Ward. How we doing? All right, let's look at what we got going this morning. Wow. YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, while it starts to put out the stuff for the people, letting the people know that we're here. Yesterday was an interesting day in the market. We did have a little bit of a fall, if you want to call it that, yesterday. Didn't really hold up. Well, it bounced back because the market doesn't ever go, one direction. People like, oh, it's falling. I better get in on something that's bearish, and they think they're going to just stay there forever. And that's not how the market moves. The market doesn't move in one direction all day long. It just doesn't. Actually, honestly, yesterday wasn't a great fall day. I'm putting on the screen. We didn't have a huge fall yesterday, but it did recover after the market got going. This must be a payday Friday coming up. It could be. It could be a Friday coming up. Hey, Ashley. It could be. Good morning, Jamie. It could be. So yesterday morning when the market opened, this is this candle where I'm moving my mouse. This is where the market opened. It did gap up a little bit and pulled right on back through there. Now this big old red candle is some people really enjoyed the ride. This is SPX we're looking at on the 15-minute chart. So this candle here was a good little move. It actually dropped 19 points. It says here. It looks like it's 19 points down here. Hit some support. Let me put a line on there so we'll know that that is a support, right? It hit some support at 54. Looks like that 54.66 looks like. 54.46. Oh, thank you for helping me. 54.46. It hit that support and then went on the other way. I think that number is going to be mentioned, or something very close to that will be mentioned in our call when we look to see what Adam had to say about the numbers. I think that's where we'll get to see that here in a minute. But 54.46, it dropped down to there, and then it recovered for the rest of that. It did test it again, and went on. This is what a retest would look like. When it hit a spot, bounced off, and then came back down, retested it again, let you know it really did want to go. When you're thinking about when something retests to see, is it really going in the direction it says it's going? Test, retest, and off it went from there. Then we had a lot of basically consolidation for the remainder of the day. And then we closed at 54.75 is where we closed. All right. That's what yesterday looked like. I don't know. Is Friday payday? Probably depends on, some people are going to get paid early because it's a holiday weekend. Maybe they'll get their, my job when I was working in corporate America, we got paid every 2 weeks. And if the payday fell on a holiday, they gave you the money. They gave you the money early. Right? Okay, let's see what we got going. So the VIX is at 12.67. It's up 3.69% this morning at 6:38. Central CDT, something daylight time. What's the C? That says 6:38. That's 2 hours ago. That's not central. Anyway, it's up 3.4%. That's what's important there. Why stocks are looking bullish for July and maybe beyond. U.S. futures slipped back with jobs data front of mind. Brexit dire warning for tariff man Trump. Labor market shows signs of losing steam. I covered up the H part and it was like, it slows. Yeah, no, it shows. Americans are still woefully unprepared, probably for retirement. I don't know what the rest of that says, but if I was going to say something and then retirement. Today, Jerome Powell will be speaking at 9:30. He's going to be talking like right when the market opens. So that, of course, is going to, I'm sure, cause some volatility right when things get up and popping. Right at the open. Dow futures slipped more than 100 points on Tuesday. Today's due. We've already, Dow futures is the futures, so it's not open yet. Treasury yields dip as investors monitor economic data, Fed Chair Powell's remarks. Now, what could be happening is Powell is either speaking or, futures trades before market gets open. Those who trade futures can trade it starting at, I want to say 5 or 6 the previous evening and trade it through the night, which the people who do trading futures, I started to learn futures. And then I was like, if I learn futures, I'm literally never going to sleep because it already takes a whole lot of mental energy to prepare for 9:30 to 4 o'clock. If you was trading and you could start at 6 or 7 in the evening and trade through the night and then come right up till time the market open, it's like, when would you rest? When would I rest? I wouldn't. That's the thing. My mind would not rest. Good morning, Karen. My mind wouldn't rest. I'm not talking about this topic up here because it's just going to open up the gate. Tuesday's analyst calls Amazon near AI inflection point. AI inflection point. It's interesting to know what that really means. What's an AI inflection point? That's what AI is saying. It's maybe going to turn back. Actually, Amazon's on our list to look at this morning. So we'll see what, I'm not sure what an AI inflection. Maybe somebody can do a quick look and see what does AI inflection point mean. Software stock to pop more than 25%. That's the Amazon. Maybe it's the place. Anyway, we're going to go look. Hurricane Beryl is ripping through open waters after devastating the Southeast Caribbean. Okay. Eurozone inflation eases to 2.5%. Let's see. Pre-market, we've got Dow futures down 0.31%. S&P futures down 0.39%. NASDAQ futures down 0.48%. Dow futures slipped more than 100 points. We just talked about that. What's on our calendar for today? Today's calendar, we've got Powell speaking, like I said, right when the market opens. And we've got JOLTS job openings at 10 o'clock. So 2 heavy hitters, boom, boom, right at the open. Good morning, Janae. Hey, Karen. Right at the open, we've got Powell talking. Soon as the ding, 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 Powell is probably already talking right now, to be honest. He probably is not waiting like till 9:30. He might, I don't know, just saying. And the JOLTS job openings, which is a red folder, will be 10 o'clock. After you get those 2 things, we'll basically trade accordingly. That's what we'll do after that is we will trade accordingly. Let's see if anything pops up on investing.com that is of note. 8:55 Red Book, 9:30 Powell, JOLTS job openings, vehicle sales, weekly crude oils at 4:30. So nothing really there to talk about. We don't really have very many earnings, very little, to be honest. Not only not very many, we have actually very little earnings. Yep, come on. Why is this not showing anything? Maybe it's showing there. Okay, so Polestar was this morning. Come on, let's get bigger. There we go. Polestar, MSC, Radius Recycling. After market closes today, we'll have Simulations Plus. And then tomorrow morning, though, you've got Constellation Brands. I've heard that mentioned a few times. STZ, that may be the one that's probably the most anticipated is STZ. Constellation Brands sounds like something in tech. Sounds techy. Okay, let's look at Adam Mancini. Adam says, this last week has been all about one level, 54.59 in SPX, which paid out over 150 points cumulatively. Last night, we tested it for the 16th time, bounced 7 points, and then lost it. 54.59 didn't hold up overnight. So 54.43 to 46 is our new support, with 54.59 as a back test point. Basically, we're below that and it could potentially pop up and then test it to see if we're going up through it again or if it will now become resistance or parity point. I've heard it called that a time or two. So if we're below that number, which currently we're at 54.52, We're currently at 54.52 in SPX 500. If we bump up the bottom of that 54.59, and then potentially now it's resistance and it can go down, or we always know that stuff can go on through. It can go on through. When I look at it, 54.59, it hasn't been able to pop back through it. I'll show it on the chart in a minute, but it hasn't been able to pop back through it. Must reclaim this in order to call it the bottom. If not, 54.43, if 54.43 fails, then we dip to 54.32. All right, let me make sure I'm clear on that. 54.43 and 46 are support, with 54.59 as the back test point, because now that's above us. Above, we're current price is below that. Must reclaim that 54.59 in order to call it a bottom, right? If 54.43 fails, then you could dip to 54.32. If you're trading XSP, you've got 546 on the call side and 543 on the put side. The gap between ES and SPX is currently 60 points. Turn it real quick to this chart. 54.59. 54.59 is here. Okay, where I just put the mark. 54.59 is here. Notice we came through that at 3 o'clock this morning. Came through with, roaring. And then now it's below this. It's kind of bounced a little bit, not really even trying to come back to it too hard. But that's where we are. Let me see if I need to. There we go. That's closer. And then now we've got to see if we can go back up and test it. But we're not there at this point. This is the 54.59 mark. I'm going to write me a little note on here. That way, 54.59, it is now SR, support resistance. At this point, it could be either. It could be either one. Okay. Let's look at our trades for the week. We did our just one July. We started yesterday. Hopefully, you did your just one. I had some people in my community. We're doing just one July for the community. It started yesterday. I actually started my one with XSP. You can get this trades journal here. I have to go figure out where it is again. You can get this trades journal here. Just a page. It's a very, very simple. Take it and print you a page. And that's what I've been doing. I wrote on mine, right? But just little simple stuff to keep yourself focused. Okay. Keep yourself focused. Now, if you can do more than one, but if you're struggling with focus or struggling with staying, focused on the trade, then you might want to consider doing just one July along with us. Let me see. Let me grab the link. There we go. I'm going to copy the link and I'm going to put it in our comments. Trades journal. This is a little free page that you can use. Hey, Tanya. This is your little free page. You can use this to just write a little bit about your trade, say what you want to say. So like I was saying, I used XSP for mine yesterday, and I used XSP off of this trade alert, which you can't see it there, but one of the trades alerts comes with these trend spreads, but it also comes with the IWM, SPX, XSP, SPY, Triple Q, and I want to say NDX. There's another dashboard that shows this. Let me show it real quick. Let me go. Yep, we'll go here. Alerts. Peakbot started these alerts yesterday. And the thing about the alerts is, even though you can look at it let me do it right. Got to put the right link. Use peakbot.com. There we go. You can look at this dashboard any time of the day. So if you decide I want to get in before the noon time, you can really enter these trades whenever you like. But the dashboard is there all day, and I think that's going to let me in. I typed kind of fast. Okay, you let me in. There we go. The dashboard is going to show all day long, and this watch list updates every 5 minutes. Of course, it's empty right now because it's pulling data, right? It's pulling data from the internet, which will be market data, which is the market is closed. Okay, but this is where the screen I just showed you with the example, that this right here is what goes in the space that is looking blank right now. This example of the top 10 credit spreads that are there, right? Then if you scroll down, you've got iron condors for SPX, triple Q, SPY, XSP, NDX, and IWM. Not sure if y'all can see that. But as you go through the day, at any point in the day, these values in this spread are being updated because this watch list updates every 5 minutes. So if you decide I can't do it at 12, I'd rather do it at 11, or I can't do it at 12, I'd rather do it at 2, you can do that as well. These are iron condors. You enter today, right? You'd enter on Tuesday, which is the second, with the next day. Notice the expiration date is showing the 3rd, which is tomorrow. These are not 0 DTE. These are, you're entering today with tomorrow's expiration. Entering today. That way you don't have to worry about any PDT problems, yada, yada. And these credit spread or trend spread for the trend spread bot is going for this coming Friday. The trend spreads are always going to have the same week expiration. Same week expiration. All right. That was our example. And if you are interested in that, they're $5 a week. I'm going to give you the link here. Alerts.usepeakbot.com. You can use free 2 in order to get 2 weeks of free alerts. Okay, you can get your alerts free for 2 weeks if you use that link and use the free 2 as your coupon code. You can get them for free. Now, I'm an influencer for PeakBot. You know, those my dudes. I don't get anything from the alerts thing. So the $5 a week, I don't get any affiliate money from that. But I do know that if you can have a watch list that is going to, you can look at almost any time of the day, and it can help you set some. The algorithm is basically helping you with the strikes, and you enter the trades. Right? This is. I think it's a plus, especially for people who are, I won't say searching for trades, people who are maybe not sure what they'd like to trade. They want to make sure that they're picking, they're picking comfortably. Now, I don't make the spreads as wide as PeakBot suggests. Like on here, you see, like for Chewy, it's got 24.5 as the as the sell leg, and then 18 as the buy leg. I don't make them that wide, so I would go with the sell leg 24.5, and I just go down 1 strike. So I would do 24.5, 23.5. For EMPH, I would have done 102, 103. Okay, just 1. I make it a 1 spread. You can make it whatever spread you want. I'm just saying that's the way I do it. I just make it. I just go to the next strike and make it a 1 spread. Of course, if you do it as big as this gonna mean you're gonna put more collateral up for the week. But I figure 1 spreads. I'm cool with that. Okay, cool with that. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Okay, so this is our trades list for the week. I'm gonna cover. I think I'm gonna do Amazon, Twilio, and Net this morning. If you got some other stock you want us to look at, then put it in the comments so I can see that. We're going to be doing credit spreads. That credit spreads training is still available for $47 if you are interested in that. Okay, let's go back and add this back to the stage so I can get some charting in. Let me see what else I got down here I wanted to talk about. I talked about the alerts. Yes, I did. I'll talk about the free charting checklist here in a minute. I'm going to show y'all another thing real quick. I mentioned capital flow yesterday. I'm going to put it back on the screen here in a second, but I want to make sure they do a little bit of charting. All righty. So this is SPX 500. Remember, I was just saying that we're below the 54.59 number. We're below that right now. This is SPX 500 is showing exactly where the market is price-wise. Right now, this is still a 15-minute chart, and current price is 54.50, looks like. 54.50 and some change. Yep. 54.50 is where we are. So we're definitely below that support resistance or that resistance point. Let's look at Amazon. Did anybody come up with what the inflection point means? Anybody come up with what inflection point means? AI inflection point. I almost want to do what is that? What do you mean by that? What do you mean? Let me see. Was it there? Nope, it wasn't there. It must have been in here. I think when I click it, I'm not going to be able to read the whole article because you need to be a pro to read the whole article. You need to have their little paid service. Yep, notice nothing popped up. Not a thing. You at least could tell us. You could at least give us a little, a few lines and wet our whistle. Wet my whistle. It's doing some stuff now. Tuesday's biggest analyst calls: Amazon, Nvidia, Tesla, Uber, Disney, Spotify, and Netflix. Yep, you got to be a member to see this article. A paid member, but we do have Tesla, Amazon, Nvidia. Tesla yesterday ran on, I think it went up to what, 215 or something like that yesterday. Uber didn't do much yesterday. It kind of popped and said, I'm done already. Disney, Spotify, and Netflix. Amazon, let's go see what we see there. Those are two stocks for what is an AI inflection point? An AI inflection point is a time when artificial intelligence is at a major turning point due to rapid technological advancements and the release of innovative products. Some say that we are currently at or approaching an AI inflection point, and others have discussed the challenges and risks that lie ahead. An inflection point could occur when AI systems surpass human-level performance in specific tasks, or when we witness remarkable advancements in areas like natural language processing, computer vision, and machine learning. So for Amazon to be at an AI inflection point, they're saying that, I guess, this is me speculating now, that Amazon is now at this place where it has remarkable advancements, has had some remarkable advancements. Okay, well, let's go with that. And this is Amazon on the daily chart. It's like a tipping point, sounds like. Yep, where it's we've gone over from regular into natural to the supernatural. Okay, so 193, I believe that says 193 and 25 is this support area. Amazon is above it. Let's go to a smaller time frame and see what it's doing in the pre-market. Kind of sitting still, really. This is where we topped off yesterday, and we're kind of still hovering in that point today as far as Amazon goes. But I believe if I was going to trade Amazon, and it's on our list for the week, we have 187.5, 185, 187.5 as the support area, as the trade, right? So, and if you got in yesterday, definitely you should be in the money enough to close your trade if you entered Amazon yesterday. If you're entering today with Friday expiration, I see it's a plus minus 4. So subtracting 4 from where we are puts us at like 190, 194. So 190, 192.5 actually would probably work. 190, 192.5. Change this. There we go. 192.5 has an 84% probability out of the money. PCS 190, 192.5. Not investment advice, just telling you what I see based on all the pieces and the parts that we're looking at. This support here is a good one. As you see, 193 and some change. You already see that we're on the upwards ride. Our moving average is still going up, ain't even trying to turn back. The little gap that was created between Wednesday and Thursday of last week got filled on Friday, and then it hit support and it's moving on up. 190, 192.5 if you're looking to trade Amazon. All right. Let's see. Ward has ABT. Is that what? Abbott Labs or something? Yep, Abbott Laboratories. Okay, so Abbott is $103 stock. If we're looking at some support and resistance, I do see a stop right there. That's resistance right now. And I do see that it has come into support. It dipped below and then went on about its way, but it touched back in May 21st or whatever. It touched it again in the middle of June 17th, and now it's coming into here again. So support in the pre-market, we're at 103.01 on Abbott. This will be, it would be good to see what it does at this 103 level, because if it turns around, you could go ahead and do you a put credit spread. Let me see what Abbott has for some numbers. Come on. ABT. Abbott has for support numbers would be 101, 102. I would wait to make sure that it turned around at this point to make sure, but that's a 79% probability out of the money. So I would go there. And if I was looking on the other side, 105 is a 75 or 106. This is 105 and some change. I probably would go with the 106, get beyond this resistance. Call credit spread 106, 107. If you were looking at whichever side you chose, if depending on how you're feeling about this bottom bounce, if it bounces off of this support, you're going to get good premiums down here, but you need it to bounce. So you want to confirm that it is actually going to do that. Of course, you can, see how it functions here. We do have a lot of red time frame continuity to the downside, so you're going to want to keep that in mind. If you just want to go with the call credit spread, you can go with 106, 107. It's not going to pay as well as that put credit spread will. The put credit spread, this one down here is going to pay better. That's because price is down here in this area. That's how it's going to pay better premiums. Okay, there we are with that. BMY. This is Bristol Myers. I do see some consolidation. Yeah. Consolidation. Yep, it's kind of been in this zone since May 21st. So over a month, it's been in this, get in the zone. It's been in this zone, right? So I honestly could just move that line, but we could just add one more. We could just do that. Boom. Current price is at 41.30, so it's hanging right here in the middle of it. Just hanging right in the middle. If I was looking here, I probably would go with a call credit spread at 43, 44. I think that's 43 and 44. Is that 40? Yeah. And if I was going to do an iron condor, I would do put credit spread, maybe 38. 39. You probably could get a little closer on that side. Let me see what BMY has on the numbers. BMY. Actually, it's got 40 down here. It's got 40 as a better spot. So yeah, 40.5 is 78%. You probably could go with that. And on the top, 42.5, since it's a 50-cent spread, 42.5. Okay, how about we put it where I want it? /43. 2.5. One more. 42.5, 43.5. Yep, BMY. if that's an area, I didn't look at see what the premiums look like, but I think you can manage. Good thing is, because we're in a short week, you're going to get some theta help over Wednesday to Friday. So that's going to help draw up. If you're still in the trade by Wednesday to Friday, you're going to get some theta help with the market being closed, right? So we's a sellers and we like to sell, and theta decay is our friend. All right. If you're trading as a buyer this week, you're going to want to make sure, if you're doing Friday's expiration as a buyer, you need to make sure of your direction, and you also probably want to enter and exit and be done with it. Otherwise, go out till next week. Go out till next week expiration and make that work for you over there. All right, let's see. I had another one. I was going to look at Twilio. Twilio had a gap here. It came right on back through it. Boom, 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 boom. Filling up my gap, right? And then after it filled up the gap, came up to some resistance. Not all the way up, but we're here. 58.20. Also some support right here at 55, 55.30 or 55.11, something like that is that price. So Twilio is on our call credit spread list, 59.60. 59.60 is what's on the list for this. And as it comes, this is a hammer. This hammer shows that it may want to do a little more upwards moving, which really could maybe provide some good premiums, because if it's coming up in that direction, then the premiums are going to be nice. Let's see what I see for 59.60 on Twilio. Anybody ever trade Twilio? I don't think I've ever traded it. It's always on our list, but I don't think I've ever traded Twilio. 59.60 currently. 59.60. It's only paying $3. That's not what we want. We don't want $3. We need some more monies. More monies. 58.59 is 77%, and 59 is too far away. That's what it is. So 58.59, if we did that, that one's paying $13. 58.59 is paying $13. And what was the plus minus number? Plus minus number on Twilio is 2.3. 2.3. So that's going to put you a little closer, because 2.3 will put you really at like 58 and some change. So put you at 59. So 59, according to the plus minus number, would be safer, but it's not going to pay the same premiums. But you can do today, though, if you're going to trade Twilio, you can let it climb some more. And then these premiums at 59.60 are also going to climb, because price will be coming in the direction. Who traded Amazon this week? Who's trading Amazon this week? Anybody? Michelle usually trades Amazon, and I think Tanya was trading Amazon there. Are you in Amazon for the week, Tanya? This is Cloudflare right now, or Net. Talk about an upwards ride. Yep, we're going up, up and away. Up, up and away. That gap has been filled back up. Tanya said, me. What'd you get? Did you get 85, 87.5, 185, 187.5? If so, you probably ready to close up shop. What strikes did you get, Tanya? Tanya. Lady T, what strikes did you get? Okay, so this is Cloudflare. Cloudflare is on the Iron Condor list, but I don't know. It's coming right on back through this gap. I don't know if I would jump on the call credit spread side, even though it's showing neutral for the 67 period moving average. That's where that number comes from. That's where that neutral thing comes from. But this big old gap, Cloudflare is like, we feeling this mug. You don't even, it's going right on back through it. So, and it's going through it with purpose. So if I was going to try to do the call credit spread side, I most definitely would get on top of this gap, because it seems like it wants to keep chugging. It wants to chug. Cloudflare is 83. Let me see what kind of plus minus number we're talking about. Plus minus 2.3. right? Plus minus 2.3 between now and Friday. So it's currently at 83. So add 2.3 more, put you at 85, 86, somewhere 86. And this is 88. So, you know, if you're just looking at the full plus, if it went up 3 points, you're still going to be below this. So if I was going to do an iron condor, I would most definitely, most Scotia, get on top of this gap. I believe that's 88. 88, 89. I would most definitely do that. And if you were going to get underneath, I like this, but I also see that the top of this gap uh, would work too. Believe the top of this gap would also work. So that's 80. So if we were doing, I think I have, oh yeah, I got 80 as the put side and 86 on the call side. 86 on the call side, which may also still work. 86 might work, but you know, you want to be better safe than sorry. PCS 79.80. Our graphic has 86, which according to the 2.3, 86 could still potentially work. I don't ever want to say nothing would work. It could work. 86 is a 77% probability out of the money. So you could even go to 87. 86 or 87 could also work. I don't know what kind of premiums we got up in kind of inside a net. Let's see what we could do for an iron condor. If you went 79.80, well, that's showing $5. That's no good. Subtract 2.3, actually put you at 80.81. That pays $9. And then on the other side, what did I say? 87. Yeah, 13. So you could you could pull in about $22 on the whole iron condor if net was something you were interested in. Tanya says, I plan to get in today. I was not able to get in yesterday. I was at a funeral. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. You did hear what I said about the strikes for Amazon, though, right? Okay, so that's net. That is net. So, charting. A free charting checklist. What kind of stuff should you look at when you're getting ready to chart? What kind of stuff do you look at when you're getting ready to chart? This is going to be in the chart your way to 100k.com. I believe, let me make sure I typed it all right. Yep. You can go get the free charting checklist from there. All right. It gives you the steps and the things you're going to use to do your charting. Free charting checklist at Chart Your Way to 100K. That way you can see the stuff I'm talking about here. You're like, well, how do you do that? How do you know? What are you looking for? Go over there. If options is something you're interested in and don't know really like where to start and what to do, then let's do this intro. Options 411, unlocking the basics. It's at educatortotrader.com, where along with all of the other stuff that I have as resources all over there. Okay. E2T membership, 8:30 calls in the morning, Thursday afternoon, which this Thursday we're not going to have it because it's a holiday. We're not going to have it this Thursday. If you're in my community, you should have seen the calendar. I posted it yesterday. I posted our calendar inside of our Telegram group so you can see what the calendar is for July. Calendar is for July. You'll see that we're going to do, there's a charting platform question and answers this weekend. You've got some stuff happening. No Thursday because Thursday is a holiday. Anyway, there's all kind of things coming up. You go ahead and check out the calendar if you haven't seen it. E2T membership, you can join up with the E2T crew and hang out with us on the regular. We're option sellers, but we're looking at technical analysis, things that are moving in the market. How can we capitalize off of the moves that happen in the market? Like, how do we make them pay us, right? And we're working together as a community because trading can be lonely. Trading can be lonely. Before I go, I want to share. Let me see if I can get it back over here. There we go. Let me copy this real quick again. Okay. I'm going to share one more thing before we go. Yesterday, I talked a little bit about capital flow. I'm not sure if y'all can see this very comfortably, but capital flow. So this is what capital flow looks like. For those who remember, I talked yesterday about how all of the things, support, resistance, every indicator is all a lag. All those are lagging indicators. The only one that can tell you what's happening right now in the market is a flow type of app. And capital flow is one of those. First, I'm gonna tell you on the front side, it's $37 a month, $35 a month, $35 a month. So I've seen some flows and they're much more than $35. This one's $35 and you get the first month for half price. But it tells you the overall flow up here is bearish. I'm not sure if y'all can see this. Overall flow is bearish. It tells you how much is in call premiums, how much is in put premiums. So that's how you determine what the overall flow is for the day. Now this is starting to run right now. The market 9/11 is opening, right? So it's not open yet, but it's showing here. These are the top contracts by premiums, and it shows you the dates. Now this area fills and refills throughout the day. It continues to refresh itself to see what are the contracts, the top contracts that are being bought right now. If you decide I want to see this, but I'm looking at, maybe you say, I'm looking at just one stock. I'm looking to see what Amazon got going. If you could put Amazon in here where you say filter by symbol, I want to see what Amazon has or what kind of stuff has come in from Amazon. And then when you do that, it automatically starts to fill in and say, what did Amazon do? Come on. And it might not show anything now, but it should show from yesterday. Because here we go. Amazon says, okay, this is all the money. This is all the money, all those things that were bought for Amazon. And it shows over here. Y'all may not be able to see it. I'll make it bigger so you can maybe see better. But over here to the left, it shows you the date and the time it was purchased. When did this contract get input? When did it get filled? And so the date and time. Say, all yesterday, we had all these things. The green ones are the calls, pump, pump, pump. The red ones are the puts. And it tells you how much money was spent over here. What's the amount of money that was spent on these premiums? And really, if you look to see, as of yesterday, all this stuff was yesterday money that was put on Amazon. All of this was money. It continues to go back, but all of these greens, all of these calls, and all these thousands of dollars were used and spent on Amazon yesterday. Okay, so what happens is you can utilize this in real time. You can say, okay, I'm looking at SPY calls or I'm looking at SPY put credit spreads, but I want to see, does the market show that going in the same direction? And you can come here and look at capital flow and say, yep, I see the flow is coming in and that flow is going in the bullish direction. Or I'm trying to do upsides or bullish and the market is showing a bunch of flow going the other way. Then you're like, okay, maybe my move ain't the right move. Let me, revisit. All these come with expiration dates, yada, yada. I'm going to put the link back in the chat again. If you want to check out capital flow, this is, as I said, the only indicator really that tells you real time what's happening. It's telling you real time. It runs when the market is open, right? After the market is closed, you can use it for like back testing and such, but these pieces of information are populated and then they sit here for you to look at as you go forward. Okay. I'm actually going to have JT come on here one Friday. I'll have JT, who's the creator of Capital Flow. I'm going to have him come on one Friday and then he can talk about Capital Flow and answer whatever questions people have in the chat. We'll do something like that. Maybe one Friday morning or something like that. We'll have JT come on and then he can talk about the software on his own. All right. All hearts and minds clear. All hearts and minds clear. The whole objective of anything that I share with you is to make our trading journey be as streamlined as possible. Right? But I want it to be as streamlined as possible. As sellers, we don't have to do a lot of management of our trades, but it's important that when we get in on a trade, that we get in going in the right direction. Like if you know that the flow is showing Amazon calls, then you don't necessarily want to hop in on a call credit spread. You don't want to be on top of something that's running hard in one direction. For us selling, we either want to get with the direction that's going, we want to trade with the direction, or we want something that's kind of consolidating, and then we can do iron condors, right? So you want to make sure that when you're going to get in and you're going to work with a trade going that's bullish, you want to trade with it being bullish. right? If you want to do debit spreads, because we do debit spreads over here, and you want to do credit spreads, you just need to know which way we're going and hop in and ride. Just hop in and ride. Okay, let's do our trader's declaration. I declare I'm a great trader. I declare I'm a successful trader. I declare I'm a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses. My accounts grow more and more each week. I'm a wise and knowledgeable trader. I always make smart and lucrative decisions for my portfolios. I declare I'm a level-headed trader who does not trade my emotions. Lord, it's you who gives us the power to get wealth. You teach our hands to war and our fingers to fight. Help us today to trade wisely and strategically in order to fulfill this purpose. Give us more than enough so we can have what we need and enough to be a blessing to others. All right. Are we good here? It's about 9:15. We've got about 15 minutes before the market opens. I strongly suggest that you give the market at least 15 minutes when it opens, that you don't pop in or no 9:35 trades or 9:32 unless you're truly trying to scalp and you got a strong plan to do that. But as sellers, we don't generally ride out like that. We don't give it at least 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Today, I'd probably say 30 minutes because Powell is speaking at 9:30 and then the job openings is happening at 10. So you want to make sure that you're let all that fluff settle down before you jump in. All right. Want to let all the fluff settle down before you jump in. There's no reason for us to get in front of no trains. We don't need to do that. We need to get in front of the train. All right. All righty, everybody. We've covered a bunch of stocks today. We covered Amazon, Twilio, Net. We looked at some things that Ward gave us. We looked at the calendar for the day. We looked at a little bit of earnings. All those good things. All righty. We're going to do 3 things today. 3 things. Number 1, we're going to get this money. Number 2, we're going to stay green. So we're going to stay green and get this money, whichever order. And number 3, we're going to have a great green day. All right. I will see you all in the market. If you need me, send me an inbox. We can talk. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I always forget to say that. Goodbye, everybody.